It's over. What's going on, guys? Today, we're going to be talking about how friends never, under any circumstances, want to see you do better than them, or else they're going to get pissed at you, or else they're going to get jealous, or else they're going to attack you. They're going to verbally attack you if they can't physically attack you, and you bet they're going to try to physically attack you if they can. If you have any semblance of doing better than them in any way, you're no longer friends. Now you've just become enemies. Friends want to see you do good, potentially. Friends want to see you do well, potentially, but they never want to see you do better than them. And that's just the brutal reality of friendship. See, friendship is actually just a really big cope. Friendship is a real big cope. It's all a facade. It's all a scam, a sham. The theory of friendship in and of itself is essentially built on the backbone of intrinsic reciprocity between the two parties. Essentially, how one can benefit the other, wherein there is no level-headedness, wherein there is no helping others out. It's all, what can that person do for me? And in exchange, how will I potentially try to give as little back as possible? And in essence, this is essentially incredibly narcissistic behavior. And so I'm going to get into the story of how, one of my friends in a group chat, who he's like a Chad Light, how essentially he got incredibly jealous of me. And, I'm really only talking about this because it's like, what's the point? What even is the point of making friends when it never even benefits you? Anyway, I find that friends typically just bitch you. Friends typically just put you in terrible situations. They never give good advice, ever. They're never there for you when you're down, ever. If you, insofar as show a semblance of weakness to them or ask for help on anything, they will either push you away as hard as possible to the farthest edges of the planet, never to be seen again, because they don't want to hear any of that, and they'll never want to hear from you again. Or they're going to stomp you out and bully you and beat you down and tell you you're a, whatever word YouTube won't allow me to say, right? And so, it kind of just begs the question, like, is there really any point in making friends when they always turn sour every time? It seems that they end up not caring about you. They end up not wanting to hang around you. And if you start doing well, they get jealous. They want to attack you verbally, or potentially they even want to put your life in danger, quite literally. And I mean, I understand why, from necessarily an evo-psych perspective, every man is essentially your competition, but like in reality, in the real world, that's not really how it really truly works, right? Because some guy across the planet isn't necessarily your competition on any real playing field necessarily. I mean, I guess unless they live in your head rent free, then in that case, I guess they are your competition, because they're living in your head rent free, and all you do is think about how they're better than you. And I really can't understand it. I don't understand it. It's incredibly narcissistic way of thinking and behavior. Typically when one of my friends does well in something, I like to kind of piggyback on their excitement. That's one of the things that I really like to do, and kind of hype it up, and just kind of roll with that and have a good time when they're having a good time, whatever that is. But, apparently that's too much to ask for. Apparently, whenever I do something well in my life, nobody wants to hear it. They say, oh, pipe down. Nobody wants to hear any of that. Or, that doesn't count. Or, you're a piece of dog doo-doo, and, you're a loser, and you're worthless, and you're an idiot, and you're going to lose everything, and you're going to fail. It's like I said, friends never want to see you do better than them. And if you do start doing better than them in any capacity of life, there's going to be consequences for that. And that's just the brutal reality of friendship, or at least the theory of friendship, which, to be quite honest, is practically non-existent. And so essentially, here's what happened. So I'm in this group chat, and two of the guys, I'd say they do fairly well with girls. And I'm not one of those guys. Okay, you are not that guy. You are not that guy. It's over for you, right? And one guy kind of gets girls. The other guy, he also gets girls. And one of them is like super red pill, and the other one is like a libtard maxed, if that makes sense. And so the libtard max guy, he like really wants like a white girl. JBW obviously. And it's just kind of weird. It's just kind of weird, but it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, basically, I geomaxed my Tinder, so I purchased the Tinder Premium. Yep. And I moved my location to some broke country, third world country, basically. And then I started matching there. And then, at first I really didn't get any matches, but I actually started getting some matches, which was mind-blowing in and of itself. Maybe like one or two a day, something like that. And, I don't know about you, but like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. I was just mind blown because, like, typically whenever I've used like Tinder in the US, like, I get 0 matches a day, maybe 1 match a week. And usually it's like, an actual male. It's like a guy wearing like lipstick or something. Or it's like a super obese, like double person, like 300-pound land whale. Like, bro, I'm not trying to go harpooning, bro. Like, it's just not the way, bro. It's like, no, I just can't do that. Not right now. I'm holding out before I start going harpooning. And then the other one is just like super, super ugly. And it's like, they have a deformity or something. It's just kind of brutal. And, those are really the only matches I get. And like, that's even like step one, you can still like respond to them, but not even those will really work out for the most part anyway. And it's just difficult to date a girl that you're disgusted looking at anyway, right? And no one should be shocked to hear that, because that's obviously how women see us as well. So it's really a two-way street. And so I got some matches, which is mind-blowing. Hopefully gonna ascend. I don't know. It's pretty brutal. But I put my location out there. And I was really excited. I got these matches, and some of these girls were actually attractive. And I got a match with like an especially attractive girl. And when I had done this in the past, when I had matched with like these attractive girls, typically what happened it's basically like it was a mistake, right? It's basically like the girl didn't even mean to match with me anyway. So it's not like getting a match with these girls is really going to equate to like anything IRL, and not to mention they're literally across the world. So it's not even in my country. So it's not really that much of a flex, if you get what I mean. But yeah, so I show the group chat, and Chad Light Friend instantly just tells me that it doesn't count. It was like a really attractive blonde girl that was like pretty skinny. And yeah, he just tells me that it doesn't count. And it's like, okay, but okay, I get it. It doesn't count. Like, I didn't have sex with her, right? We're not like dating. We're not like married. Yeah, I get that, but I got a match. You know what I mean? Like, I got a freaking match, dude. Like, these matches are not easy to come by. I don't get matches at all in my local area. Like, at all. And I pay for it. At all. I get none. So like, getting a match is a really big step from my perspective, it's like huge. It's like, wow, like this is insane. Like I finally got a match. Like it might not be over. You know what I mean? Like I might be able to ascend, bro. Like this is awesome. And you know, and I showed him, and he's like, oh, it doesn't count. And he's like, I don't want to see that. You know, I don't want to hear anything, you know, until I go on a date with one of these girls. And it's like, bro, like, you know, it's just, I guess it has to do with the jealousy, but it's like mentally destructive, you know what I mean, to my psyche. Like, I'm hyped that, you know, I finally have a semblance of a chance to ascend. And he's just crushing my dreams, like, you know, shutting me down. Like, you can't say anything. You're nothing until you go on a date with her. It's like, damn, dude. Yeah, I mean, I get that. But, you know, obviously I have to get like a text back first. So there's that too. But, and then obviously you have to get like a number and get her off the app. Oh, gosh. Yeah. So, I mean, really a match doesn't mean much, but, you know, the levels of dopamine, I mean, I thought I was going to have a heart attack earlier today because I got literally multiple matches today. I was mind blown. I moved my location to a foreign third world country practically, or like a second world country. And I got multiple matches in a day. And dude, my heart like was going crazy. I was like shaking. I was like, wow, this is insane. Like, and they were attractive. Yeah, so it's just kind of crazy. And so, yeah, he doesn't want to hear that. I don't know why. I mean, that's the thing. Like, why wouldn't he be excited for me? Like he's getting girls, like he's getting multiple girls. He's dating multiple girls at the same time. He's going on dates with more girls on top of that. And he's having sex with them. He's sending us literal photos of these girls in his bed to us. So proof that he banged her. And then he wants to get jealous about me, who finally got his first match in a country across the world. Like, I mean, like, I just don't even get it at that point. You know, this is what I'm saying, that friends truly, really never want you to do well, or at least they don't want you to do better than them. And it's just an absolutely blackpilling thing to have to go through, to be honest. And so then on top of that, it gets even worse. He tells me that I don't deserve advice if I never go out on a date with them. But it's like, that's absolutely insane to say, because it's like, I can't get dates. Clearly, like, I literally have the inability practically to even get a girl to go on a date with me. So it's like, how are you going to tell me that I don't deserve advice? Like, I'm the number one person that needs advice, right? I'm like, I mean, some advice is really terrible. But like, you know, blue pill advice and stuff like that. But like, and you know, I'm not even asking for advice. Maybe just like some like nice one, bro. Like, that's a good, like, good luck with her, something like that. That would be cool. But yeah, he just says, you don't deserve advice if you never go on a date with them. And so that's your friend for you. You know what I mean? That's your quote unquote friendship for you. People that don't want to help you, that don't want to see you do better than them, because that threatens them in some capacity. And I really don't know how, but that's just the brutal reality of, I suppose, quote unquote friendship. And I don't know. I mean, throughout my life, I've been backstabbed multiple times. I moved around multiple times. So you really can't trust anybody, truly. They're all essentially going to drop you whenever they see it as convenient, when you're not providing massive amounts of essentially value to them, in whatever capacity that may or may not be, right? If you're not like if you're not like just or maxing for them, they don't want to be around you. If you're not providing them with like actionable advice, if you're not getting them further in their career, if you're not doing any of that, then they just straight up do not want to associate with you. And that's just what quote unquote friendship is. It's just essentially like taking from other people, and yeah, and then dropping them when it's convenient. Yep, gotta love it. So I don't know. I think he was jealous though, because it was like a blonde girl that was like fairly skinny or whatever. I don't know why, but yeah, he's always going on and on and on about getting like a blonde white girl. So, um, I don't know. I'm not really too like wrapped up with blonde. Like I can go any hair color, blonde, brunette, redhead. You know what I mean? Like it's not a big deal to me. I don't really understand why some guys are so wrapped up with that, but it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, I doubt, like I said, I doubt anything's gonna happen with this girl, and there's probably nothing gonna happen with any of the girls, to be quite frank. Or I don't know, maybe I will ascend. That would be absolutely insane if I could actually get a date. Like that would be life changing. If I got a date, so that would be crazy. Yeah, that would be crazy. Yeah, I'd probably cry if I got a date. That would be insane. But man, yeah, it's just been so long, man. Like life is just so meaningless without that. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of doing anything in life if you have nothing? But yeah. Evidently, she's just essentially going to ghost me anyway. And you know, if she responds to a text, then she will, you know, ghost me. Then, if I get her number, then things will just fall flat, and then she will lose interest anyway. So I really doubt it's going to happen, or anything's going to happen. And you know, quite frankly, she probably didn't view my entire profile. It was probably just like a literal mistake of a match. It was like she was just swiping and just like, oh, you know, accidentally swiped right on that guy. Whoops, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Like honestly, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I guess if you have if you have an instance where one of your friends attacked you, verbally or else, because they were like jealous of you, post it in the comments. I really want to read those. If you want to share.